Yeah, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Gideon Ulugbele. I'm blessed, privileged, and honored to be your anchor for the second day of this workshops to training of the Chartered Institute of Human Resource Management. This 13th day of September 2025. I want to especially welcome everybody, especially some of you that are joining us for the first time today. We started yesterday. We had a beautiful time talking about making performance create good results and how to get that sorted out. We did all that yesterday. And today we're in for another beautiful time together. And we are expecting that everyone will join us today again for the intended targets today. Today, we are going to be looking at the art of performance management in HR, driving people and driving result, like we said yesterday. But that's the major whatever. But today, like I said, today we're going to be looking at performance management essentials, talking about setting expectations. Yesterday we had driving people, driving results. But this time around, we're going to be doing setting expectations and driving accountability. I love that word, accountability. All right, before we go on, I want to appreciate everyone that was present yesterday. Thank you. I want to welcome also today the Secretariat, the National Coordinator, and the speaker for today, and every other person that was part of yesterday and also with us today. I want to appeal to us that we should get set and know that today we are going to have a beautiful time together. All we need to do is to be calm and follow all that's going to happen today. And one of the important things I'd like to mention is that I have one beautiful woman again. I have her again around today. The woman will be the one to speak. And I'm telling you, I can promise you can take it to the bank. You're going to have an expression of deep but simplified information today. Deep but simplified. You're going to have it today. All right, before we go on again, I want to say big thank you for the coordinators and everyone that was here yesterday. So before we go on, can I also today have a volunteer to give us an open prayer, please? A volunteer to give us an open prayer, please. Tell us your name, then you pray. Or mute yourself, your name, then you pray.
Amen. Good evening.
And that would grant us grace.
Good evening. My name is Kende John Olarewaju.
Somebody's already praying, Mr. Kende. Just hold it. Somebody's already praying, sir.
Okay.
Continue. The prayer person, continue. Okay, Mr. Kende, continue that since I don't know who was praying earlier.
Yeah,
Mr. Kende, please. Hello.
Hello. Good evening.
Mr. Mohammed Sani.
Yes, sir. I wanted to.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. Thank you. My name is Muhammad Sani. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim Malik Yawmiddin Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. We ask Almighty Allah to bless this wonderful event. I mean, inshallah. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much.
Amen.
Mr. Muhammad Sani Muhammad. You know why I love the way you
Sorry, sir, you've muted yourself. Please kindly unmute yourself. Thank you.
From here. I didn't unmute myself. I didn't mute myself rather. Or mute myself. It happened, muted. Don't worry, I'll take care of it. Thank you very much, sir. Can I have amen? Somebody say amen.
Amen.
Uh-huh. That's right.
Amen.
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 Uh-huh. If you like, can use
Amen.
Aminat. Anyone goes, we understand now. Thank you very much. God bless you. Really good. All right. Without taking time, we're going to go straight. We have minimum of 50 minutes, but we can extend to 1 hour for tonight. Minimum 50 minutes for the paper presentation. But please, listen to this. You should please remain muted unless you are asked to unmute and speak. Remain muted. And in case your video is on and you want to move from where you are now to somewhere that you know is more private, either James, Lou, bedroom, or somewhere, please remain shut down. Put off your video so that we don't participate in whatever you want to do in the other room or private places that you are going to. I hope we all understand that. Thank you very much. All right. I have the great pleasure, because this is night, I want to do good business with our time. I had the great pleasure of presenting the speaker for tonight. I'm sure your papers are there, your pens are there. Don't worry, you're going to get the slides. We're going to give it to you. So don't bother. Then just make sure you follow instructions and directives as regards the message, paper presentation for tonight. She happened to be the president and chairman of the 9th and 10th Council of Nigerian Institute for Training and Development. I love to say that again. 9th and 10th Council, the president and chairman of Council of NITAD, that's Nigerian Institute of Training and Development, of which she happens to be the immediate past president. This wonderful woman holds a BA English Honors, Postgraduate Diploma Management, MA Oral Literature. She's a fellow of NITAD, fellow of doctoral fellow of Chartered Institute of Human Resource Management. She's an alumnus of the University of Ife, now Bafamalo University, Ife. She attended and backed degrees and certificates from University of Jos, Stellenbosch, University South Africa, Galilee Institute of Management, Israel, National Institute of Policy and Strategic Studies, NIPSS, Kuru, Nigeria. A member of Association of Talent Developers USA. She started her work career as a broadcaster. I love this part of her. A broadcaster with Play 2 Television, just as a program producer. She moved to Industrial Training Fund, where Madame settled down and retired from. Wonderful person she is. She led the team while he was there to win the Star Partner Award in Entrepreneurship for the ITF 2017, given by the Vice President, the former Vice President of Nigeria, Professor Yemi Osinbajo, GCON. I recall her telling me that till today, for a long time, she refused to wash that hand that shook the former president's hand. On this note, permit me to introduce to you somebody you already know, but you're going to hear in a new dimension this evening while you have a nice evening rest. Please help me welcome Mrs. Ayoade Abike Igbeyi. Mrs. Ayoade Abike Igbeyi. Please, ma, you're welcome to the platform. Have the floor. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you, my brother and my friend, a professional colleague as well. So we are going to, I hope you can hear me. If you can hear me, let only my brother respond. Brother Gideon,
Loud
can you
and
hear?
clear.
Loud and clear. Awesome. So let's kickstart this so that we take a lot in. We soak ourselves in with all of this today. So let's quickly move on and see what we can do with this. I'm sure you can see my slide. If you can see my slide, I'm sure you can. Thank you. And we go to the presentation proper. Okay, we go to the presentation proper. So, and that is us in Abuja. If you miss the conference, don't miss the next one. Don't miss the next one. That's Abuja, and that's me. And as he said, that hand has not been washed since 2017. So catch the anointing. This evening, we are going to talk about performance management essentials, setting expectation, and driving accountability. Then we take Nigerian examples. All your questions, please put in the chat box. I will attend to them as we move on because they have given me time limit and we should not overshoot as it is. So let's look at it. What is performance management? So many of us know the definition, and it is that definition that we'll still just quickly run through and see what we are going to talk about. A strategic HR process. A strategic HR process. Employees must meet what? Meet business goals through expectations, which is part of our topic. 2, regular feedback, evaluation, developing and managing talent, continuous alignment with organizational objectives. It's not something that is a one-off thing, it's continuous, which includes planning, monitoring, developing, and rewarding. So if you don't reward, then performance management will nosedive. So it goes beyond the annual appraisal that we were used to. So not annual appraisal. So let's take this on a lighter note. Imagine you going to apply for a job at IKEA. And as you came in and just make yourself a chair and take a seat. Then you say, yes, we want to see how well you can perform. So that means it's not everything that is in here. Then we want to see how well you can use your hands. So what is our usual rollout? That is what are we going to talk about? Remember, make a chair and keep yourself comfortable. Take a seat. So what do we want to talk about? The usual rollout. Our agenda for today. We are going to talk about defining clear goals and KPIs, aligning individual performance with organizational objective, then establishing accountability framework, then delivering constructive feedback. Accountability, organizational objective, individual performance, goals, and KPIs. At the end of it all, feedback. And that is what we talk about in performance management. So all of this. I'm starting off with what I call the analogy. What is that analogy? HR. Employee performance management. That's one. The tree and employee performance. What is the analogy? So let's quickly run through what I mean by the analogy and why is this topic so hot? Because some are still ancient of days. And who are they? Those who are still wallowing in upper annual performance evaluation report. No, you are behind the scene. From today, keep looking forward. And that is what everybody is talking about, employee performance management. Okay? Employee performance management, not annual appraisal. Because by then, things will have gone bad. So, a tree will only grow. Because you are going to tell me the analogy when I finish this part of it. A tree will only grow as fast as it's most limiting nutrient. And who is that tree? What is that tree? And what is that nutrient? So letting something go out of its own really brings what? The desired result. What do we want to achieve in performance management? Look at those words. Nutrient. Who gives the nutrient? Where does the nutrient come from? Who will take the nutrient? Who is the tree? And what is the desired result? Better performance. 2, indicators for what? Indicators for doing what we want to. Sorry, I've jumped beyond that. So what do you want to do? Indicators for the need for pruning. If something goes out of, see the picture of what you had before. A tree growing out of what? Out of range. The next one, a pruned tree is producing fruits. And what are those fruits? The fruits are what? Results. You need to prune. when it has the right nutrient, what is that nutrient? Performance management by the line manager, by the coach, or whoever is looking at that tree. And who is that tree? And what is that tree? If you want to talk about it. So let's move on. Indicator for the need for pruning. Why should I prune? Growth in one area, but not another one. So the person can be doing his own, but it's not bringing the desired result. Then if the person is doing the whatever is doing, growing in one direction, but is not adding value, not results. So less than desirable results. Whom is he doing? What is he doing that for? Danger of harming the overall health of the tree. Those of us that know about the traditional way, they say when one finger is soiled with oil, it does what? It moves on to the other. So the danger of harming the overall health of the tree, not only the tree, but all the things that are around it. Inhibiting the growth of another tree. Have they killed him? At least he didn't perform last year. And he was promoted. Let my people go. They didn't kill him. So what is he doing? He's inhibiting the growth of another. How do we measure the performance? 2, where do we need to prune? The faster something is growing, the more often it needs to be examined for pruning. That is why Socrates said, a life that is not examined is not worth living. So we need to prune, we need to focus so that we get the desired result. Prune at the first sign of what? Undesirable outcome. But you can't prune without the tools. So see the tools here. Hand gloves, Shena and saw and all. What do you do as HR? And we are going to see the areas for pruning, growing out of proportion, affecting others, not making others to perform because it's a bad example. Even those who know the Holy Book said that when Anobi Isa, if I'm right, Jesus, at one point he saw a tree and they said, Pastor Gideon will help me in that area if I didn't get it right. If I shoot over the bar, just keep it. When I finish, you correct me. He said, look at that tree. And some of his disciples said, let's cut it down. He said, no, let's give it another, is it 1 year? Another trial, so that we can now see that if after that it does not come out with the desired result, we bring it down. And that is what I always call Jonah the person. The right person on the right bus, sitting on the right seat, that is the person we want. So what are the potential areas for pruning? Look at the area of micromanagement, always focusing on everything is urgent. How do you want that person to think? Attempting too much. Paralysis caused by fear. Hey, if I don't get it, they will kill me. Or even if I don't get it, so what? Perfectionism, procrastination, willingness to say yes, even when you know that it's not right. Ineffective meetings, committee, email and technology overload, overanalyzing, family schedule or activities, TV and social media time. I had a staff that was was supervising at one point in time when the laptop started coming in. Anytime I used to do what we call management by wandering, we wander around like doctors, we do ward round. So anytime he saw me, he would just bring down Facebook, and I'll go. Maybe he thought I didn't know, so I said, bring it up. Yeah, I said, bring it up. Yeah, no, nothing, man. I said, I'll go there. I bring it up. I said, you're on Facebook now. Yeah, it's not like that. I was just trying to. So, too many people on social media. And that is the problem of some of these generations. We are not talking of Gen Z, please, because I'm Mama Gen Z. So, unclear expectations. The job schedules are not there. The KPIs are not there. The KRAs are there, but are they working? Do they know what they're supposed to do? Because if they don't, how would you now manage them, rate them, or do whatever you want to do? Unwillingness to delegate leaders. Don't kill yourself. Task saturation. They're busy doing what? Busy bee or busy doing nothing. Continuous partial attention. So they are not fully focused. Some things you cannot grow again. When a fruit is already made, even the native people said that if a tree when a small shoot turns to be a big tree, you can't bend it again. You can't, like, it's like you can't bend a dry fish. Yes. Like the fruits, you can only grow the seeds inside. If you plant this one here, not everything will germinate. You can't say, I want to grow an orange like with this one. So some things, when they are formed, it will be hard. Some people are set in their ways. It's either you prune them or you do something about them. So we need to know before they start producing the fruits, quickly prune them to get better results. So what are those 5 critical indicators for managers to grow better results? These are the 5 on our right-hand side of the screen. 1, be more intentional when you are drawing your goals and objectives. Okay? When you are writing the KPIs or and the key results area. So what do you want to do? After be more intentional, you have planning. This is planning stage. 2, grow. Planning is also part of growth. So growth is also part of planning, because you need to know, how will this person perform with what I have done? When I was in service and we were still small officers, then they would say, do you think we give you a goal that you will just achieve in 3 months? What would you want to be doing in the remaining part of the 9 months? He said, we should be doing something. Say no. So we give you stretching goals. How would that person grow? With stretching goals. It's up to you. So what do you do? 3, we are still using the analogy of the tree, grafting. Grafting is like training, putting, those who know much about planting, when you graft, it's like when you want to make a tree to produce 2 types of fruits. Like you want guava and orange to grow on the same tree. So you draw, you drill a hole on the body, on the stem of the tree, and put the if it is oranges that is growing, then you now introduce guava stem into it. It will start taking its nutrient from the stem and it will start growing guava. Then you see oranges. If I don't know whether they do that, but you graft. So that means you introduce something that will make that thing to produce better results than you expected. So number 4, you prune. If it is the guava that is now taking nutrient from the orange is going to kill the orange, you either cut it off, or you feel that the orange is doing this one, or you prune both of them so that both of them will receive the same nutrient. Pruning. Then at the end of it all, harvest, result, better result. So as you are starting with that employee, you are starting with an intention. You focus on what? The goals, the organizational desire. What do we want at the end of it all? So you see the analogy. So if only you reward individuals when the team reaches its final harvest, what will people do? People will lose the motivation to try to accomplish very much at all. So it is only when, it is when we see the results and everything. Performance management says, don't wait for the result. Go the whole hog at the beginning. Start thinking, if this person does this, what are we going to get? If this person does that, what are we going to get? So each step of the way. Don't wait till annual performance when the person has done well. And I say, you didn't do well, my friend. No, performance management says, what do they call that in football? Those who know, you match the individual and say, I don't know what they call it. Don't tell me, but I know I will remember. Or you make that person. You now say match him each step of the way so that he will perform. We are not waiting for him to fail. So what do you want to? What do you want to see? You've seen the analogy of the tree. You've seen where the HR will come in. You've seen where the employee is in that tree. So what are you doing as HR? When we're talking of performance management, don't think I'm going to now tell us that these are the principles, these are the tools that we use, we will get there. But look at it, everyday life. Everyday life. All of us, even if you don't have a tree in your compound, you have seen a tree grow. So what do you do? So your employees, they will come, they will stay, they will grow. And so would you. That is talent management retention. Those that are going to produce results, they will come based on your intention that you have given them. They will stay, they will grow, and so would you. So growing your business means what? Growing your people. And that is our focus as HR. grow people to grow the business. So what is performance management? What are those things that we look for in performance management? Focus for continuous improvement for the future. Nature, a broad and ongoing holistic process that is strategic and flexible. We are not set in one way. We look at it and what can we do? So what is the purpose? Okay, to improve productivity and get better results for the organizational objective. What are the activities that you need to put in place? This is still past planning. These are the major 5 areas that you need to look at when you're talking of performance management. Setting what? Goals. Setting goals and looking out. What do they want to do? Remember, anything that is not timed is useless. Even our stay here is timed. Even at this point in time that our stay here, my brother Gideon has already told me that 50 minutes for presentation, 10 minutes for whatever. But we'll see what we can do before then. Time, everything has time limit. So what is performance management? We have said that before. The 4 or the 5: focus, nature, purpose, activity. Then we now want to contrast that or compare with performance appraisal. The same thing. But what is it? Performance management deals with the future and whatever. Don't go and do that in the future. Well, performance appraisal is talking about, you did that. And you know those who are good in eye service, when they know that December is approaching, like they will start doing that for now. Past performance and evaluation against standard that was said before. But performance management is no. Nature is formal. Okay, formal, annual or semi-annual. Purpose, past performance, pre-feedback, identifying strengths and weaknesses. No, so that it will be the basis for reward and promotion, which is very subjective. Activities, data collection, see it compared to performance management. You see, performance management is more proactive than performance appraisal. If you are still in performance appraisal, when you leave here, please go and throw it away and start looking at what can I do to be able to get performance management in place in my organization. Let HR be seen as being proactive, okay? Get people and they will help us get there. So see the key differences summarize both management and appraisal. Scope, management is whole, appraisal is a component of that system. 2, direction is the direction. Management is future focused, while appraisal is on the past. You can't be driving with your rearview mirror all the time, okay? You can't. You have to look at the windscreen and see, where am I going? Flexibility. Management is flexible, informal, appraisal formal, and more rigid. So what do you think? We are using the Richter scale. So over 10, you scored 5. So what do you want me to do? No. Goal. Management is so ongoing development. Appraisal serves as an evaluation and assessment. Appraisal is a periodic evaluation, while management is an ongoing holistic process. And when you get your slides, what do you want? You will have already, as we said, be intentional in your planning, in where we are, where we want to be, and where is the gap. So it is that gap, ongoing process. No, don't wait. No, expected performance. See there. Then the actual performance is topsy-turvy, up and down. So there is a gap. So how do you do that? And what do you need to do to be able to get this in place for us to be able to get performance right? So you need to describe the expected and the observed, and that is why L&D comes into place. Performance, you need to look at the needs of the organization, the individual, and those that are going to help us to get to the promised land. So let's look at how do we determine expectation. You understand the core principles of what performance management, because if you don't, you'll not be able to determine expectation. You need to put strategies in place so that as you are setting the expectations, where do we want to be? You drive accountability, you match the present with the future expectation, and what are the lessons learned for the individual as well as for the organization. Finally, the initial steps to closing the gap. Is it training or non-training? I always say that anytime that we do needs analysis, not necessarily training needs analysis, if you observe non-training needs, take care of the non-training needs before you put in training. Everything is not training. There are some things that we need to do. So we need to be realistic in order to get this done. So what do you want to do? Remember, we said management is futuristic. Appraisal, what? Where we are, what are we doing? Then where do we want to be? Foresight. So that you'll be able to get to the performance support and work that are integrated, not just anything. So what do you have to put in place? Information. Information that is just in time, simple, relevant, and what? Personal. So that you'll be able to manage the performance of that person as against what they're doing in that team or in their unit or whatever. So you need to look at it, marshal it out. And when you're able to do all this, information, simplicity, relevance, and personal will fall into the hindsight to now see what this person did in past, what is he doing presently, how can information help him to be able to get to the desired land, so that the desired destination, and we'll be able to give him performance support and work will be integrated. If you don't get this, if you don't get it right, hey, we have a performance problem. So what do? Moving forward, you have to start from the beginning. You have to look back. You can't move forward if you don't know what the performance problem is. For you to do performance management and get it right, you go back to performance problem. And then give them training or course if you have identified the problem is training issue. If it's not training, then if it's non-training, please attend to it before you put in training. Delivering training, solution, measuring at whatever level, those who are in L&D, then the 80% organizational barriers may still exist if you do not attend to non-training problems. I want us to remember those dogs. The leashes that they have on us cannot be for one. The bulldog, all those chihuahua and all those things that are there. Remember, one size does not fit all. Look at it. Which one will fit my organization? Some of us are in public sector, some of us are in private sector, some of us are owner, one-man business, HR in one-man business outfit, or I'm even my own boss. So how do you manage? Look at it. There are some simple basic things that we need to put in place and you will get it. So, but remember, one size does not fit all. So what do you do? Performance support. A helper in life and work. Performance support is a repository for information, processes, perspective that inform and guide what our planning and the action that we take. Remember, you does not plan well as planned to. I don't know whether that's told us that you can be late for an assignment of tomorrow from tonight. For those of us that know that NEPA, whether you're band A, band B, or bandit, you have to know that if you don't iron your clothes and you have an appointment for 7 tomorrow, you say, I wake up in the night, and that is where the day NEPA will strike and you will not have power. Then that is the clothes that you're supposed to wear. If you are like me that has just a few suits and whatever, you are done for. You can't wear that to the place now. So remember, one size does not fit all. You need to look at it. What do we need to do? I'm throwing in some of these essentials in here. Don't think that she will write out the essential and I'll put it on my head. Like when we were in school, they will say, put it on your head. When you get to the exam, or just tap your head. It will go into your brain and you will write it out. Agberu, those who understand Yoruba, put it on your head and you carry it to the exam. Or if the thing falls, you are done for. So let's look at it. So which way? The way it's done. Performance plus capacity and knowledge. Knowledge is not enough. The new way of doing things is that knowledge will be there, but it will not come in. But which way are they doing it now? Performance is capacity minus interference. That means you make the person to perform. The person will start cruising. The person will start doing it. So what do? How do you manage that individual? You have put in the coach, you have put in counseling, you have put in mentoring. Go on. Good servant of God, go on and perform. Little interference, but you are monitoring, because each step of the way is performance management. Each step of the way, every month, every 2 months, every 3 months, that is what we do. So what do we do? Performance management process flow template. This is a template that you can use if you so wish. The first thing that you should do is what? Planning. The second step is interim review of timeline for management, performance management. Is it mid-year? Is it quarterly? Is it monthly? Something that will not make people to win and say, they have come again. They will just doctor whatever and send to you. No. Make them know that this is for us all. Not only you, the skills and knowledge that they will learn will not be taken away from them. They will go away with it because it's something that is in here. So mid-year, quarterly. Then if step 3 is annual review process, we are going to go to process and see what we need to put in all in these 5 steps. Okay. And that is what is on the left-hand side of the screen. 4, performance management process results. And that is where feedback comes in. Have you done well as individual? Is your KPI right? Somewhere along the line, I'll give us the difference between KPI and key results area, because I know that it's not every one of us that will know KPI and KRA. Everybody says it, but you know the intricacies. Then the 5th step is what? Organizational result, the business result. What are we doing? Are we matching up? Are we matching up with those who are in the same business with us? What are we doing? So on the left-hand side, those things that are on the left-hand side, we will put into the right-hand side. First, the process. The process. 2, the feedback. At what point will feedback come in? At what point will goals fit into this, our flow template? And at what point are we going to introduce competencies that will get the person in there? And that is where the grafting of the tree is. This person needs skills, something that we are going to introduce into the person's workflow that will make him to start growing. We know that this guy is probably in admin, and in his appraisal, monthly appraisal, start talking about finance, and this I can be of help in this. That is what we call cross-functional activity. I can be good in this, and there's an opportunity for a committee. A committee was set up to look into finance and water. Bring that person in. He has the competences to be able to work in that place. So maybe somewhere along the line, you move him with his consent, though, because I always quarrel with some of my HR friends that when they say career path, have you discussed with the individual that we are making you will be in admin? But I'm not, my body is in admin, but my soul is not here. Then we also look at the 360 reviews, because it's not only one person. That individual that you are measuring the performance is working with. We have internal and external customers. These are the people that will give us process on what that individual is doing and what the I had a friend that it was the external customers that made that individual not to earn promotion that year. It was good to people in the house. However, the external customers said it's terrible. I went to one shopping center. I think I went to just look at television. I said that let me step up to everybody's talking about, what do they call that television now? Smart telly. And I'm still on just that one that came first. Plasma. I said, yeah, waiting. So I said, let me go. As I got into the place, one girl came, attended to me and said, this is it. So she now said I should sit down. One other one sat down there. When I even sat down, if it's not even age, that somebody enters your house, you will not say welcome or good evening or good afternoon. She was just pressing on her phone. And I call, I say, are you buying something? He said, no, I am one of the staff. I am. I said, shame on you. Shame on you. Your customer service, whatever, is poor. I said, you could not even say good morning, good afternoon. Do you know what I'm going to buy with? How much do I have saved? I said, do you know whatever I'm going to buy? We pay for the whole of this thing. See me, I wore bathroom slipper, flip-flop to the place. But whatever, the rule does not make the monk. You don't know what I have in my purse. But for whatever it was, this is part of what brought that my friend down that year. She didn't end the promotion. She was so bitter. So what do you now do? Throw in a development plan to help the individual to grow so that we'll be able to get our business in place. So why identify key results area in organization? What are key results area? They refer to the general areas of outcome or output for which roles are assigned key results area and help individuals, okay, to do what? Clarify their role, align their role, focus on results rather than activities, because you can be active and not bringing results, set goals and objectives, then make value added decisions. Remember, key results area in an organization, individual. Remember that? We go to KPI. In HR, what are the differences between key results area? Some have turned it to key responsibility area. That is the area, KRA. Outlines the broad essential aspect of a job, the goals to be achieved. Essentially, KRA about defining responsibilities. Whereas a key performance indicator is a specific, measurable matrix used to evaluate performance and progress within the KRA. So what are we talking about? So you find your KPI within what that person is doing. So KPI is about measuring success in fulfilling those responsibilities. If you do your part well, it will translate to the organizational success, and it will translate into what the performance indicators that we are doing better than our competitors. Even if there are no competitors, we are up there. We are organization of choice because we have a corporate social responsibility, we have our employee well-being responsibilities, but all these responsibilities will not come into play if that individual that has key result area does not key well into whatever he's doing. So you see, the individual is very important. The people are very important. So what do you need to do for that individual that will make us to shine? You need to set clear expectation, roles and responsibility, link goals goals to organizational strategy, use SMART goals. All of us know that strategy is very important. Setting clear expectation, you need strategy. And I used to say that please don't think strategy is so unattainable. It's something that they say, that man is a strategist. I lie. They can be. But me, because I'm not a strategist, I designed a way of understanding how I can manage my activities, and I'll be strategic about it. Simple. And what is that? I'll give you for free. Don't pay me. The 6 W's and H. Who does what? Where? When? How? Which way are we going? What do we need? All those 6 W's and H into place. You see, you'll be strategic in whatever you are doing. You'll be able to get all what you are doing right. So strategy is very important in our lives, even outside of the organization. Indeed, life without strategy is a tragedy. People should not be should not be unfamiliar with strategy. Those who understand it will survive. Those who do not understand it will perish. That's Sun Tzu, or whatever, The Art of War. Those who know the book, The Art of War. You need to be familiar with strategy. But the simple way I said is that the 6 W's, and it will help us to plan. It will help us to grow. It will also help us to prune. It will help us to achieve and get results from our employees. So what do we need to do? clear expectation, the first thing you do in order when you are planning is design SMART goals. A goal is a future expectation. Remember, we said performance management is futuristic, is what? Proactive. It's a road sign, it's purposeful, specific, a fuel in the furnace of achievement. And that is what we want in performance management. We don't want you to fall. We don't want those people to fall. We want them to achieve so that all of us will be in the clear. So your goal should be SMART and all of this that we have there. Simple, clear, reasonable, realistic, measurable, achievable, time-bound, challenging, consistent, and directional. If you see this ladder that we have, goal setting, from right now till someday in the future, habits, the character, the attitude are right. So when you get home, look at this goal setting. The one thing that we need to from for 5 years. In those days, we used to have what the national planning or something for 5 years and all those things. So look at it. So what are those 4 steps goals that we need to put in place? What are those goals that we need to place? It's not only being smart, but smarter. With the ER that we want to get now, extending and rewarding, we know the other ones. So you need to be able to not only smarter goals, you need to go for the summit, like what you had from the base to the top. Smarter goal, smarter summit goal system. So specific, useful, manageable, meaningful, integrated, and tangible. So nothing happens without a goal. Without it, everything falls short of achievement and believe in its success. So we need to get the goals right. That is part of what we are talking about. As we are talking, are you still using the fixed mindset? Are you set in your ways? Or you have the growth mindset? If you have the growth mindset, come along with me as we share this together. Move forward. Then you will not have a vision. So for what you need to do, develop a vision. Move away from your fixed mindset. Don't be set in your ways. You are not concrete. We are HR. So develop the growth mindset. And as we move on to that, the most powerful 9-letter word is what? Knowledge. Knowledge is not enough. You need to acquire more knowledge to be able to get there. Then, what do we need here? We need this. The hardest working 7-letter word is what? Success. Success. If you set all those things, goals, whatever, and if you don't see success at the end of the rainbow, you have not done a good job. HR, please achieve success in whatever you're doing. And you'll be able, when you set expectations, you put what is right in place and you'll be able to get there. As I said, I am not going to start listing out the expectation. When we are done, you will write out the expectations for me. You'll be able to tell me how you set your goals and you type them in the chat box. I know there's so many there. I don't want to play down on that. When I get to a point, I'll go and visit our question box and see. So what do we need to do? You have put all this in place, but there's still underperformance. How do you manage that? Some people say don't throw the baby with the bathwater. Some people say, okay, Jonah the person, or tell the person to change the seat on the bus so that you'll be able to get there. So what do? You have to, first of all, when we said needs analysis, you have to identify the root causes. Why is this person not performing? Is it on the wrong bus? Is he doing that which is expected of him? So it's up to you. Root cause analysis. As you are doing the needs analysis, provide support, training and non-training, applies performance improvement plans in conjunction with that person that you have identified that is underperforming. Then you address the underperformance constructively. Don't kill the person. But if you have done all this, and this is what we call pruning, with that with that analogy of the tree. You have put enough nutrients. This tree should be growing. This tree should be producing. Are you watering? What are you doing? The mustard seed that turned to be a big tree was in the right soil. Remember the story of the sower. Some fell on the rock, some fell in the right place, some fell in whatever. So it's up to you. Even those that fell on the right soil, if you don't prune them, they will die. So what are those tools that we need? Pruning, performance appraisal system that is in place. Look at it. Is that what you want to use? If it's the appraisal system, but you need to take a peep into performance management. 30 degrees feedback to monitor performance. One-on-one meetings, coaching, mentoring, counseling. You need to do that. Performance improvement plans. You cannot shave my head if I'm not there. And when I'm there, I need to agree with you that I will sit well for you. So performance improvement plan should not be done without that person that is going to carry out the key results area that will take us to the level of key performance indicators, and that person that is going to deliver results. Get him along. Don't just sit in your office and start drawing something that only you will understand. Regular one-on-one reviews, key performance indicator, and balance scorecard approach. Some of us are using that. And these are the tools. And that is why you have these tools showing there. So let's quickly go to the questions before. Let me see if somebody has, oh, sorry. Maybe I should take this before I go to this and I will stop later. So let's look at this. First, for you to be able to prune and be able to put that person right, you need to drive accountability. Okay, drive accountability. Drive accountability. Let me see. Very sound and pressure. Thank you. Merci, madam. Please, any attendance today? House, please, let's get if there's any attendance today. Who is this? Everyone. Okay, this person is greeting us. Let me quickly see before I move. Welcome, madam. You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, thank you. You too, you are welcome. Okay, let me quickly see. You're welcome. This welcome. Please, can I take you to the bank? Please, you are highly welcome. This highly. Please make it monetize it too. You are okay. They are just greeting me now. Great mama. Money follow. Okay, let me see if there are questions for me. Let me see. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. No, I'm not ladies and gentlemen. Let's see. What's there again? Can't see the slides you are referring to, please. But you can see me now, Sha. Audio is gone, not me. Oh. Restored. Okay, thanks. The person said, ma, please increase your voice sound. Let me see. I'm sure it's not me. Okay, let's see. Audio is seasoned. Okay, please increase the volume. Okay, another person said that. Good evening. Will this slide be shared? Yes. Anything again? Nothing. Okay, no questions for me. No questions. Thank you so much. God bless you. Abba. He says, can I recommend a good textbook? Nobody reads book again now. Everything is online now. So for us on HR that contain all the essential ingredients, go online. Okay, you go online, you get good resources. But the old books are still good old books, they are still there. But please go online, you get the very latest one. It's up to you to see what is there. Well, those are all the questions. So you are going to get the manual. Yes, you're going to. Thank you so much. No questions for me. So what the first thing that you do is what? Who is this again? I said thank you. And you are now still asking. I know it didn't tell me anything. Okay. Please. What's the place of one-on-one session with an employee after the performance appraisal process? And if it is performance management, one-on-one session will make the person look forward that, okay, during the next quarter, I should do better. They have told me what I'm not doing. So instead of now saying, just throw the person away under the bus at the end of the year. But for performance management, we tell the person, move on. You can do better than what you have done now. So one-on-one session will make the person to know. The person may be able to open up on why he's not doing well. One-on-one is always good. What can be done to a staff who is demonstrating good commitment but not producing result? That person is more of activities and not result. So it's up to you to channel the energy. Channel the energy. Some of us need the slide, you will get it. I am what? I mean desired result. The person is just on activities and not results. So we need to get the results. Okay, so results is what will be used in talking about the individual. Okay, 3 participants raise their hands. We'll take care of the hands later so that I don't overshoot. Let me see those who raise their hands. Let's see. We will get to it, please. We will take you immediately after now. What if management actually wants to retrench staff at the end of performance appraisal? It will not be on your head now. It's management. It's not HR that say they should retrench. Downsize, that's what they call it. Retrenchment gives people goose pimples, and it makes people to develop mental health. Downsize, right size, and all those things. So it's up to management. Are you delivering results? This is the management, is a performance management that will help you to know whether that person is full of activities and there are no results, just sitting on occupying the seat. Okay, so it's up to you to decide. Let's see. Remarkable. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, thank you. Okay, so the first thing that you do is accountability. You need to ensure that the system that you are using is transparent enough, transparent for them to know that you are not being partial and you are telling me as it is. And it's always said that it's the person that loves you that will tell you that you have BO or MO. So it's up to you to know that, what do I need to do? If I still want this job, what do I need to do? How do I manage these people that are not performing, and how do I manage those who are performing, or those who are underperforming, or those who have issues? So what do? Build a culture of feedback, and that is the essence of one-on-one, face-to-face interaction. So the person will be able to say, okay, they said you are not doing this, you are doing that. Let me hear your own side of the story. That's feedback. Recognize and reward performance. That is the third step. Because there are some people, if you tell them, even the native people say it, that if your masquerade dance well in the arena, you the owner of the masquerade, even if they say these masquerades are from from the other side of the world, spirit world. So what do? You reward them so that it will be a kind of motivation for those that are out there, that when I do well, I will be rewarded. So they all strive to get there. So at the end of it, or what do you want? Success factor. Executive must buy in, and there will be role model, transparent communication, linking performance to reward. Not food for the boys. They're not training for the boys, training for people that will use the training to perform. So, on this note, remember this. You say that you want to get people to be skillful, want people to do this, want people to do that. So skills to do come of doing. Knowledge comes by eyes, always open, inquisitive, and working hands. And there's no knowledge that is not power. Some people say knowledge is power, and some will say it's relative. But this man, Ralph Waldo Emerson, said knowledge, all knowledge is power, whether negative or positive. All knowledge is power. So you do not have to work harder, work smarter in order to remain viable in a demanding, competitive market. You must stay sharp. A lifelong learning, continuous learning. That is why Michelangelo says at 90, or said at 80, said Angora Umpara. At 80, he was still learning. So we need to manage this and get there. So let's quickly take 1 or 2 questions. Identify strengths and weaknesses of. Good evening. How do we deal with corrupt a system where KPI are not done? So you see, corruption is something that we don't want to dwell on in our institute. We are not politicians. So if you want to ask a question based on whatever, how can we assist you to get there? Don't talk about corruption. We don't know. Corruption is not in our DNA. to talk about. Okay, so thank you. A remarkable presentation. Thank you. Okay, kudos to present. How do we connect organizational goals and objectives to KPIs? We will talk about that because once you are able to plan from the outset, you know that it's the center of those 5 things that I said: planning, strategy. It will get you there. Organizational goals and objective. Connect organizational goals and objective to KPIs. What do we want to do? What I will throw in here is strategy. And the simple way of getting strategy for you to be able to get the job description, the job schedule is use the 6 W's and H. Honestly, no strategies will tell you. Because if you're able to answer those questions and you know where the person is going and you know where the organization is going, then you will not fall into any pit in this one. So throw in a dose of strategy and you can get there. How can one handle a staff who is not ready to learn, but to wait till the last minute to get assignments on, saying he will meet deadline? Of course, you can fail when you fail to plan, when you have planned to play something, but whatever it is, make people to know that I'm not a lastminute.com person. I am not a lastminute.com. So we need to do what we have to do. Okay, you need to get them timeline, put them on to work on a shoestring so that they will know that they're about to tip, they're about to fall. So they will be there. When they know that you're not lastminute.com, they will work in that, especially if you are the supervisor, you are the line manager, you need to get there. So how does manager identify the strengths and weaknesses of employee when performance appraisal isn't carried out? How do you want to do that? Your job will nosedive as HR. The job will not go on well. The organization will not be able to meet their target. So how can you say a life that is not examined is not worth living? So performance appraisal, even if you are still old school, even if it's performance management, you still need to get these people to do something so that you'll be able to assess what they are doing. What other method can management use to evaluate employees' capability? For now, I will still say, to be objective, if you are still old school, use your appraisal, annual appraisal. At least you are appraising something. If you are new school, performance management, if it is monthly, quarterly, half year, then you need to follow them step by step. Okay, so other things, I'm sure if you go online, you'll be able to get some other ones. But for those two and what the lecture says we should do, we're talking about performance management. Okay, excellent. Okay, thank you. Give specific example of KRA. I cannot give you specific example here of key results area. Remember, we said that they are the responsibilities that you give individuals. So what are those responsibilities? You have to look at your job schedule, the job schedule that you have given the person. You have to look at the targets that you have given the person. Those are the key results area of the individuals. You will go the job schedule, you will see the job, the goals that you want the individual to achieve. That is where the key results area will come out. Inside of that is the key performance indicator. You need to do all of this in order to get us to perform well in the stock market. Okay, so that is the way I can make it simple. But well, if we say I should give you example, none has come to my head right now. How do we get this body to be accepted by banks? Which body? I don't understand though. Please keep the discuss. Kindly discuss performance contracts cascading. I don't understand this. So please come down to my. Most people do not accept this body. Which body? Is it CAI HRM? If you work in the bank, if you are in the mainstream banking, they want you to be in ANAN or ICANN. But if you are in HR of banks, yeah, I don't know which body. I don't know whether it's CIHRM or. Okay, so I don't understand what you're talking about, please. So please, let's. I don't know, but it's okay. But if you're in HR of banks, let's see the one that they want to accept. But we are recognized by the head of service. Unfortunately, a head of service does not determine what goes on in the banks. Okay, so maybe we'll have to make presentation to the body of bankers so that they will know what we are doing. What do you think the head HR can do in a TOVI environment where horizontal leadership are full of it? Honestly, this your English is too much. I didn't go to school. He said, Judy, what do you think the head HR can do in a TOVI environment where horizontal leadership are full of interest? Please, you will tell me later so that I'll be able to break it down for you. Thank you so much. What do you think that is actually causing the lack of employee what in the organization? Okay, I don't know. Actually causing the lack of employees in organization. Please qualify that employee, lack of employee what? Okay, thank you very much. Okay, thank you. Let's quickly go back to our slide and we see what we can do. That one that just dropped now, I'm not going to go into that. So, call to action. Call to action. What do we need to do? What are the essentials that we have learned today? What are those things that we need to do? So what do we start doing? What didn't we do that will make us to be more effective and we should start doing? What did we do? Stay. What did we do that worked well for us and we should continue doing? What did we do that got in our way and we should discontinue? So these are the 3 S that will help us to achieve. Keep moving. Keep moving. Because we need to know more. What these training sessions, yesterday and today, has brought to us is that don't just sit. Look at, we are just giving you a tip of the iceberg. Just go there, because what we have said in 1 hour or 2 is a whole week program that we should break into small bits and we do hands-on and see what we can do. Which one will work for the public sector, which one will work for the private sector, and which one will work for entrepreneurs. And that is the way it should be. Okay, so if we say we should do what for this, it may just be for the public sector. If we say we should go ahead this way, it may be for the private sector. So please, let's quickly see what we can do, because these topics yesterday and today are full training programs on their own. So what do we need to do? Right? How does this, for those who are sleeping, that's why I brought that bullet. Bullet, wake up, wake up. Let's see what questions are there for me. Okay, call to action. Okay. Thank you, thank you. Okay, let me see this. How can the HR executive performance management strategy? How can HR identify talent gaps and provide standard metrics to align for each department? Where are you from? Are you public or private? So that you'll be able to know. So you see us behind the screen and we'll be able to, you will pay consultation for the institute and be able to design something that will assist you to get there. We have enough people in the house that will help you to plan it and execute the performance management strategies, identify gaps. We cannot just sit here, Emmanuel Ibekwe. We can't sit here and say, how can we? See us behind the screen, not me, the institute, and we help you plan, execute, identify talent gaps in the area of JAPA and be able to provide standard metrics to align each. Okay, so thank you for that, Emmanuel Ibekwe. No attendance today. House today that. So as we're about to round up, remember the great end of life is not knowledge but action. We have said all of this. What are you going to put in place? Knowing is not enough, we must apply. Willing is not enough, we must do. So why is performance management? Yeah. Kehinde Olanrewaju, you said a TOVI environment. Let me see. Let me quickly go back a little so that wiki. Okay, thank you for that. Okay. Means decision where everything is disorganized, yes. Unstable and turned upside down. So let's now get your question. Tough environment are confusing, unpredictable, and lack of order. Yes. So what do you want us to do? What? I can't remember your question. Now we understand your tough environment. So these days we find it very hard to retain employees due to competitive employees are really after salary. Who will not in the era of renewed hope? We need to. We need to. We need to. We need to, people are more interested in salary, yes, so that we'll be able to survive this situation we find ourselves. Can we then have, what can we, the HR, what can we, the HR do, please? Salary, it's up to whatever the individual or the employees want. If you cannot meet them the way they want, then you need to be able to manage. If they cannot manage what you are giving them, we need to know how we can help them be satisfied with what they have and be able to deliver results. So the question that Subel Nasruddin said is, what do you think the head HR can do in an environment that is chaotic, where horizontal leadership are full of interests? That one is still shrouded in mystery. Horizontal leadership are full of interest. Which interests? Vertical leadership, horizontal. Which interest? Horizontal across like this, Abi. So vertical is this. What are the interests? Please break it down so that you can help me to help you. So thank you very much. Let's see attendance today. No attendance. Representation, no, we don't want. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Any question? You use your wife. Salisu Abubakar, thank you. Okay, let's see. Any other one? I guess this question was what a HR head should do in a highly unstable, unpredictable, constantly changing environment. Yes, what will HR do? You have to be like what they say, that the world is now volatile, unstable, and whatever, disruptive, and all those things. So you need to flow with the time. You need to know what you want to do. There are some of these things that we cannot sit here and help you to decipher. So you need to be able to see what environment are you in, which situation will be right for me. Remember when I gave the example of the dogs, one size does not fit all. Look at what you need to do. Am I going to prune? I gave you examples of the areas where you can prune to be able to get our employees to deliver. Okay, you need to get them, prune them. What do you need to prune? Are you going to Jonah them? Are you going to get them to sit on another side of the bus? Okay, where they can see the window? Or you as HR, are you using the rear view mirror? Are you in the past? You may need to even look at yourself whether you need to upskill and update your knowledge to be able to drive the system. Okay, in measuring performance, HR needs to be objective, but some power will want to influence the assessment. Oh, sure. Remember what you said? What it is now should be productivity of something, some performance minus interference. Give them what you want them to give them. Make them know, because some of them will want to promote some people beyond their capabilities. And that is what was it, John Maxwell or not John Maxwell? What's the name of that this man that died? He said, "Don't promote Peter Principle." Can't remember the one of those. I can't remember his name now, but he's gone. So he said, "What you need to do is what you need to do is that give them as it is. If they lie, let them go and doctor it and promote somebody beyond the person's capability. The result will show. Okay, the result will show. So performance management will show how the person is and be able to get there. So if they want to doctor it, they want to influence it, they want to interfere, let them, but you have done yours. And that is what you want to give everybody to see. Okay, so let's move on so that we can finish in time and get there. So why does performance management, why does it matter in Nigeria? Because as we have said, even if you are talking about Nigeria, it's something that is all over the world. Let me give you the example of Donald Trump and Tesla. What's his name now? The man of Tesla. You know, nobody could tell Donald Trump that, I remember his name now, that Tesla was not doing, the man was not doing in good. Maybe somebody has given me his name now. Elon Musk, thank you. You know, at times when you are here, some things just escape. When that Elon Musk was not it, nobody will tell Donald Trump. When they even said that, Tesla, whatever stock was going down, Trump brought out his money and bought a new Tesla to tell them that it's working well. In Nigeria, it's not, we are in this world together. We need to manage where you find yourself within that space. Don't look at it, oh, Nigeria is corrupt. It is easy. Oh, not when I go to America. What those people use in beating us is what they have better maintenance culture than we do. It's corrupt. America is corrupt as it is. Once upon a time, they said late Rawlings was the best head of state in Africa. When he died, they saw some things, skeleton in the wardrobe. Our friend across Burkina Faso is doing well now. He's wearing turtleneck. The day we start wearing suit, then you will know that all people are the same, whether black or white or yellow. So why does this matter in Nigeria? It enhances productivity in a competitive economy. We need to look at that, because if you cannot get it right, the productivity of your organization will nosedive. You go over the cliffs. Build accountability in both private and public sector, then it supports what? Retention of top talent in high turnover industry. Jakpada, all of them. What can we do? Brain drain or brain gain? This does not start today. It's always been there. In those days when they used to do technical exchange programs, some of our children did not come back because they saw that side as greener pasture than here. What can we do? But the rate at which people are moving out, even if they don't move out of the country, they japa from your own organization, because your organization is not that organization of choice. They see that everything is lopsided. Some people are marginalized. So this comes mainly into the public sector, where we talk about federal character. Then people feel that they are marginalized and whatever. Even in private sector of the economy, there are still some elements of the Nigerian in us, the Nigerian syndrome in us. So what we need to do as HR, manage the performance. Don't look at it. Don't have that that syndrome. I remember the syndrome that they said, good you are, good you always be. Bad you are, and bad you always be. Self-fulfilling prophecy. Give the person the benefit of the doubt that you can do better if we monitor you well, if you coach you well, if you put the right things in place, if we counsel you well. Okay, monitoring, coaching, and counseling, all of this will come into play when you are talking of performance management. So performance management is not just managing what the person has done and whatever. So you need to be able to identify and know what. Okay, somebody I said Miles Monroe, Elon Musk, Michael Osapogbo, got it. Nuga, Mrs. got it. Okay. Somebody say I'm not in HR, but I want to switch. Thank you. This lecture or this training of yesterday and today has brought somebody to join to our side. Thank you for that. Okay, so let's look at this. Title of which book? I didn't tell you the book. HR has always identified areas of interest in the company. However, the company are not interested in staff welfare, which will have motivated the staff to go beyond the goal set. We always encourage ourselves to always encourage staff to achieve the company set goals and hope the toxic environment will change. Once upon a time, it wasn't this good. It's better now. Okay. Okay. Kendi Olarewaju. Federal character is one of the worst policies in Nigeria. I don't know. Those who have benefited from you will take you up on that. So call Kehinde Olarewaju. Please take his number. You can argue with him after now, but not me. So what are the key takeaways from here? Performance management is a continuous process. So what do you need to do? Set clear and aligned goals. Remember, start thinking. Remember that circle with all the pruning, the growth, and all. What can you do with that? Clear expectations must ensure alignment with goals. Provide regular feedback. Accountability thrives on transparency. Structure system drive measurable success in Nigeria. Oh, I have just a few minutes to go. Hold teams accountable. Hold them accountable and they will get there. So what happened there? Did I go back? Okay. When performance is managed well, accountability becomes a culture. Organizational culture is very, very important. Forget the culture of whatever, but organizational culture is very important. It is not an obligation. It is something that you need to put in place. Let's drive performance together and we'll get there. So for those of us that are interested in some of those cases, successful case studies of performance management in Nigeria, you can visit Access Bank. They didn't tell me to advertise for them, but we will see what they've done with KPIs across teams. We see what they've done with performance reviews and bonuses and promotions. How they have used digital dashboard for real-time tracking. Is that person just sitting down and chopping our money? Okay. If you want to, maybe you want to switch your HR, consult them at the institute. They will give you what it takes to be there, okay, to get there. So the result, boosting productivity and service efficiency. MTN as well. That is why they are still there. Yellow, they are still there. Okay. Target set, regular performance coaching. Can you see that? Quarterly recognition for top performance. Outcome, increased what? Increased accountability and review and revenue, sorry. So what do we need to do? We need to manage what we are doing. You want to still ask for the essentials? You still want to ask for how we set goals? All of this are in there. Never mind if I didn't state them out, but they're in there. So let's go back, look at what we have done today, and see what we can take away from this session. So let me quickly see if there are questions. My brother Gideon, I want to stop sharing my slides, and if I take one question more, because I have just 7 minutes to finish what we have. So thank you so much. Let's hear what you have to say in terms of whatever. Thank you and God bless us. So thank you. Good listening to you again, madam. Thank you, sir. Kendi Olariwaju. Thank you. So my brother Gideon, I don't know. I've been answering questions. I've been attending to the chat box. So let's see. What do we have? Any questions? Ololade Ogundimu, Aliyu Bala Ayitonu, are we still on? Nwanko Ono, are we on? Questions? Let me quickly see. There are questions for me. Oh, questions. There are questions, no? No questions, no questions, no questions. Thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate you all. Thank you. And God bless us. Go put this to use. You will get the slides. You will get the slides once you register. Once you register online with the institute. Thank you for being there and God bless us all. Super Nosridin. Thank you. Okay, so we draw the curtains on this if they are not going to close for us. So see you next time. Please always avail yourself of the institute training and you always get there. It's not time wasted. It's opportunity gained and sharing knowledge with others. God bless us all. Thank you. Good night. You can unmute now. If you want to make noise, please go ahead. Like I was on a plane the other time. The person, when we landed, they say we should always switch off our phones. When we now landed, the air hostess said you can talk to your village people now. All of us laugh. So make the noise if you want to now. And see you next time. Thank you. Bye. I'm leaving the stage.
Thank you, ma.
Thank you, ma. Thank
Thank you,
you.
ma.
Bye,
Good
Thank
night.
you
ma.
so much.
Thank you, ma. Good night, ma.
Bless you.
Bye bye.
Good night.
Good night, ma.
Presentations. God bless
Thank
you.
you. God bless
Bye.
Bye. Thank
you.
you.
Thank you, ma.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you
Bye.
so much.
Good night.
We appreciate, ma.